Numbers looking strong, as you'd expect. Abu Dhabi's tourism authorities say that their emirate is firmly on track to hit ambitious targets. Hotel revenues there reached 2.3 billion dirhams in the first quarter alone. That is up 18% from last year. Dubai also celebrating, recording a 3% increase in international visitors in the first 3 months of this year. They've had already 5.3 million people to the city, which explains why it feels so busy at the moment. And one of the UAE's most popular hotel brands is certainly riding that wave, announcing another brand new Dubai hotel in the last 24 hours. Yeah, Jumeirah are going to be building the Asora Bay Hotel in La Mer South, along with 29 other very exclusive residents. Let's find out more about that. I was very intrigued, and I'm delighted to be joined right now on the line by Thomas Meier, who is the CEO of Jumeirah. We've gone right to the top this morning. Thomas, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Morning, Georgia, and thank you for having us. Absolute pleasure. And I'm calling in almost directly from ATM.
Are you indeed? Yes, I imagine you're having a very busy time down there at the moment. I heard from many people that your stand was incredibly busy, very popular yesterday. And unsurprisingly, because it turns out that we are getting yet another Jumeirah hotel here in Dubai. I kind of figured you'd only just opened one at the Marsa Al Arab. So what is the USP? How are you going to stand out with the Jumeirah Asora Bay?
Thank you. That's correct. We had the pleasure to open the Jumeirah Marsa Al Arab in the middle of March. So as you said, it's really a very, very new hotel still on the market. We were absolutely blessed to have a really, really good start. The team has been working for months, and we were able to come very strong into the market, obviously with a very, very iconic design, the shown killer iconic design for Marsa Al Arab Hotel, as well as the residences. But we've also been working hard with the culinary team, with the food and beverage team, with the landscape department to really offer something very, very unique for Dubai. I think, and as you mentioned at the intro, really with the vision of the leadership for Dubai on the importance of tourism, on the importance of quality tourism and luxury tourism, it's really just the next step for us to see what can we do next and where can we go. So we really want to continue to strengthen our position, not only in the hotel, but also in the whole market, with the announcement yesterday of the Jumeirah Asora Bay and the Jumeirah Residences Asora Bay. What is going to be different is a much, much smaller hotel than what we have in the Marsa Al Arab. We have a total of 103 rooms and suites, 15 villas, and then the residences. And we really want to create that hotel to be very private, very exclusive, different in terms of what we have at Marsa Al Arab, where we are delighted to really welcome everybody in Dubai. Come for an experience, come for a coffee, come for a macaroon from Pierre Hermé, enjoy one of our many restaurants.
Really interesting to hear that you're going to make it that sort of boutique experience. I've seen some of the pictures. The views are just extraordinary, straight out to sea, uninterrupted views. And you're also building those branded residences. We're hearing a lot about branded residences at the moment. They seem very, very popular, particularly with the luxury market. Are you, I guess you must be seeing strong demand for those homes with those hotel level services.
Yeah, that's correct. We're seeing a very, very strong demand, not just in Dubai. We're having residences in Mecca. We are going to open residences in our new hotel to be opened in the Red Sea later this year. But in particular for Dubai, where we obviously have a very, very strong presence with our hotels, I believe firmly that Jumeirah can really elevate your residential experience, because you can tap into the hotel services. You're here for 3-4 days, you want to be by yourself, cook yourself, do whatever you want, or the following day enjoy dining in our prime restaurants, go to the spa, have wellness experiences, and it's really all at your fingertips. We have the Jumeirah service, you have access to our very, very experienced butler team, and they can assist you with everything. So you have your own residence, your own home, but with the advantage of tapping into the services of the Jumeirah team.
Who's in the market for those residences? Does it break down by nationality?
It is interesting. It varies a little bit from project to project, but then even if you sort of look at the demographics within there is no consistency. I think you have individuals who look for a home, for a family home as their secondary, tertiary residence. We have residents who literally move in by the time the develop opens. That's their prime residence and they want to stay here. So it's a bit of a mix in terms of different purposes. We also announced yesterday the Jumeirah Emirates Tower Residences, which is a different product, next to the IFC, where we will attract, more sort of the corporate world, possibly people who want to stay there. But we also see that from an investment point of view, that you will have individuals who buy 1, 2, 3, 4 residences with a view, obviously, to make some return on their investments through rental.
Okay, so I went to the Marsa Al Arab for the first time last week. I live really nearby. Somehow you've managed to grow a forest down there. I looked over one of the terraces. I don't know where the land's come from. I imagine you made it. The footprint is about 5 times bigger than I expected. And when I say a forest, I mean amazing mature trees. It was extraordinary to see it. You mentioned there it's been pretty popular. You've only been open a month. Is there anything you can tell me about how it's being received by the market? Are you full?
We have periods where we were full. Yeah, that's correct. Now I think in the whole of Dubai, things are slowing down a little bit at the beginning of the summer, which is a good thing also for us and the team to sort of step back, assess. Every hotel needs a couple of months that you can really fine tune everything. I haven't heard the experiment with the forest, but I think it's a very befitting one. We spend a lot of time and effort to really make sure when you go through the entrance into the Marsa Al Arab that we have this sort of transition, and it's almost like an oasis. It's this greenery. I think it helps to sort of, get you a bit of calm you down, stress relief. You come off a busy time, and now you're entering in that serene sort of Marsa Al Arab experience. We planted the trees well ahead of time. We have been working with not one, but with multiple landscape designers, but then also architects who put this all into place to really make sure we can deliver that green experience. I think another point, many hotels are opening across the world, and it's a new hotel, nicer room, bigger rooms, more restaurant. We also wanted to make sure to sort of create something unique and special for the Dubai market, for the locals, for the expatriates community who lives here. And we have sort of on the promenade along the marina, given the opportunity to attract local talent in the area of food and beverage, chocolatier, and so on and so forth. So it's not everything around the hotel, 5, 6, 7-star experiences, but we really wanted to sort of have this inclusive offering so that everybody gets what they would like to enjoy from the Jumeirah Marsa Al Arab setting.
Yeah, on Saturday evening at sunset, we actually took the kids down to the new Salt along the marina there. I don't think I'm going to let them go to the posh hotel, but there's plenty of yet. They don't get the 5-star experience yet, but along there are those gorgeous cafes along the side, and there's a sort of European feel to it where you can look out over the marina, look at the big boats, and then either have sushi or a burger or a delicious coffee, like you said. A really lovely area. Okay, let's go further afield because, of course, you have hotels around the world. Are you still expanding in those new markets?
Very much so. So currently we just opened the Jumeirah Marsa Al Arab. We will open later this year the Jumeirah in the Red Sea. We have an active construction site in Geneva at Jumeirah Le Richemont, and there will be more announcements forthcoming very soon. We continue to grow the footprint from Jumeirah internationally with Europe, and then as a secondary sort of phase, the Americas, as our next step of growth. I think we have sort of taken time the last 12 months to sort of step back a little bit and assess who we are, where we are coming from, and we've really sort of strengthened our brand and sort of rolled this out actively with our teams to make sure that everybody understands we are from Dubai, that's our home. We have a culture of Arabian hospitality, which I think is not very well known still in many places outside of the Middle East. And we really want to make sure that our guests can partake in these carefully curated experiences in our new hotels.
How do you choose where to go next? I mean, the Red Sea, I suppose, is a natural progression. Jumeirah would want to have a footprint in Saudi Arabia. Geneva, Europe, are you looking maybe to Africa, to other areas?
We've opened in December last year two properties in Africa, where we have signed an agreement with a partner. We operate a private island in Tanzania, which is called the Tanda Private Island. It's a maximum of 14 guests, and but basically it's you and your family and friends, or just two of you and nobody else on the island. You fly to Dar es Salaam, connect to the domestic airport, and the helicopter will bring you in less than 20 minutes onto the island. The island is completely off the grid, and the helicopter stays with you. An amazing experience. With the same partner, we've opened Tanda Safari in South Africa, where we have started with branded residences. Again, you wouldn't have believed this years ago that we would do branded residence in South Africa. There's a market for that affluent, refined customer who is looking to buy a home in a game reserve. We are currently renovating the lodges, and we will rebuild next year a tented camp in that area as well. These are very much the experiential experiences which we are trying to create and curate for our guests. Now, Geneva, having a presence in Switzerland is very important for us, I think, for twofold. One, we believe strongly that we can create something very special at the Richemont in Geneva, which will be new for the market. But at the same time, we do have the pleasure to have a lot of Swiss and French guests here in Dubai with us, who obviously are familiar once we come with the Jumeirah brand. And the same will be seen in other locations in Europe. Europe for us is key, obviously in key gateway cities, from a revenue, from a return point of view, but as I shared before, to really strengthen our brand within these key markets.
Luxury, and you're obviously going for super luxury. I mean, the helicopter to the private island is some sort of fantasy sort of dream for the vast majority of us. But it is a very competitive market, even at that, that thin oxygen layer. How does Jumeirah manage to sort of stand out on the global stage, against your competitors, basically?
I think you have a number of brands and operators who sort of compete in the similar sort of space. For us, it's very, very clear. As I said before, we are clear who we are, the brand, and what we offer. By creating, for example, the Jumeirah residences in Asora Bay, we have direct access to an elite customer who is looking for these experiences. Rather than you have to go somewhere, we have these owners, or when they lease it to somebody else, the tenants, really at our fingertips to share, have you ever been to Tanzania? Probably they haven't. Or we can assist them to connect this with a game experience, and afterwards come to resort with us. So we're trying to create this ecosystem amongst our residents, owners, amongst our guests, our premium guests, that we can sort of cross-fertilize these experiences, rather than we have to, these experiences you can't sell through a travel agent, or you won't sell this in a high street wholesale agent, or in a brochure. This is really for us to create these experiences, and obviously have to trust from that traveler to come and stay with us.
So these type of high-level experience require a huge amount of investment. Huge amount of investment requires a certain level of confidence in the direction that the industry is going. What would you say your outlook is for the coming years?
Overall, the global tourism outlook is certainly positive. We are firmly on track. We have a clear 2030 strategy for Jumeirah to double its portfolio. That doesn't mean all these hotels will be open already by 2030, but they're on the way. Some are half finished, some we have a hole in the ground, or in another location, maybe we work with an owner to renovate their respective hotel. I think what you mentioned before with the vision of the leadership of Dubai, with the 5.31 billion international tourists who are already here in Dubai in Q1, with the great success Abu Dhabi has announced, we can build off a very, very strong base and foundation for our business. Now, in terms of investment, this is twofold. We obviously invest based on our returns. Our principal shareholder, Dubai Holding, who will invest with and for us, that we can go into key cities. But by us becoming a larger brand and having a wider spread, similar to what I shared before, what we have in Africa, there will be individuals, companies, families, family offices who own a hotel. They own a large villa. They own an experience which we could partake with. It could be a boat, could be a plane, wherever we want to take this, who then come to us and say, look, I have this asset. Can we work together? How can we renovate this? You give us trained Jumeirah colleagues to operate this, so that we can increase the return for the respective owner and have success and grow this further. That could also be rebranded residences, which then would give that owner that leverage that they can have a faster return on their investment for a renovation. So there are multiple possibilities. And the larger we are, the better job we do in terms of experiences with all our colleagues day in and day out. That will help us that we can grow Jumeirah and put flags in many new locations.